Hi everybody, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and this is Soft Flow Yoga. We're going to sit down and open our hips. Let's begin our practice in seated, and let's get into breath. We'll start with a few deep breaths. A nice full inhale. Just feel the expansion in your lungs, and exhale to empty with a sigh. Again, a nice full breath in, and exhale. Good. And just continue with slow, steady breathing as we get settled into the space and prepare for our practice. Just feel how breath is moving through your body. Experience how your body is responding to each breath. Listen to the sound of your breath. When you inhale, just feel the breath rising upward and just feel that nice expansion in your lungs and heart space. And exhale. Feeling your body just settle in. We'll be opening our hips today. Two poses that kind of resemble each other. One will be lying down and one will be standing up. It involves crossing our legs to really open up the outer hips. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Very good. Let's find some mobility in our spine and our hips by coming to hands and knees. Feel free to use a blanket or double up on your yoga mat if you want some extra padding for your knees and your hands. And just join me here. We'll take a breath in and feel the pelvis tip back. That will create the back bend. Belly feels like it relaxes and drops. Tip the chin up and feel your heart open. And the exhale, tuck the pelvis under, round your back, pull belly button up towards spine and chin to chest. And just continue with this simple flow. This wonderful movement of the spine and your hips, allowing the breath to move your body. Inhale, exhale. Finish this breath and take one more. And just return to a neutral tabletop posture. We're going to stay on our hands and knees for a moment. Let me show you something that I like to do that helps me open up my outer hips. So from hands and knees, go ahead and bring the knees closer together, but take your hands a bit wider, like so. I'm going to lean over to the right side. And when I do that, I can really feel this nice sensation in the outer hip and in the glute area. And once I kind of shift to the side, then I kind of motion forward and back slowly. And for me, it acts like a massage. It's right at the hip bone. And I tend to get tight there, so this feels really good. Just loosening up this area, then coming back up to center, and I'll do the other side, just leaning out to the left, shifting the hips to the left. First, I like to just sit into that sensation, and then that optional movement forward and back, or even small circles, or just stay where you are. And just noticing the sensation that arises here. Good, coming back up to center. Let's do our first posture that involves lying on the ground. So make sure you have some space behind you. Go ahead and roll down onto your back. Go ahead and draw the knees into chest. Adding a few more movements here. I'm just drawing figure eights in the air with my knees, and that too affects my hips and my low back. Our first pose, that's a cross-legged posture, is eye of the needle pose, and sometimes we also call it reclining pigeon. Let's go ahead and set the feet down onto the ground, let the body relax. I'm going to keep my left foot grounded and pick up the right foot and cross this right ankle over the left thigh, even flexing this foot slightly. And with the light pressure, I'm going to push my right knee forward. This, of course, is affecting the right leg. I get a little bit of sensation in the inner right leg just by doing this, pushing it away. But once I lift the left foot up off the floor and draw the legs towards self, I get a little bit more into that outer hip and glute on that right side. Take your right hand, this is where you thread the needle, going through the eye of the needle there, and hold on to your left shin or the hamstrings here, whatever you can reach. And then you can gauge how much sensation you want to create. As you draw the legs closer, you get more sensation. And if you send the legs away, less sensation. So play with the sensation you want to create. Add some gentle movements to act like a massage. And of course, you're breathing into these sensations. Let's add a gentle twist here. I'm just going to release this left leg, keep the legs crossed, but send my whole body over to the left until this right foot comes to the ground. And then taking the left hand, I'm just pushing this right knee forward. Just kind of getting into the hip area here, where my right hand is, into the glute space. Some deep breaths. This too feels good. So if you have tight hips, these are some really fun postures I think you can introduce to your yoga practice. Let's come back up to center. I'm going to extend my right leg, just get a nice little quick hamstring stretch. Let's bend the knee and place the foot back down onto the ground. I'm just going to let the body settle here for a moment, take some breaths. And onto the other side, keeping the right foot on the floor, picking up the left foot, crossing left over right. Just flexing the foot just keeps that leg active so it can stay in place. A gentle push of the left knee forward. And just notice what arises here. For me, it's kind of the inner leg, kind of the low abs and psoas area. And then when you're ready, picking up the right foot, drawing the legs towards self. Thread the needle with the left arm. Hold on to the shin or hamstrings. I think my left side is a little bit more tight than the right side, so I don't have to lift too much or draw the legs in too closely. I really feel this in this outer leg and hip space right here, even in the glutes, the kind of the gluteus medius area. Deep breaths, especially if you have significant sensation, then take some deep breaths. And even imagine you're sending that breath into the areas where you have the most sensation. A couple more breaths here. All right, I'm going to set the foot down and take that little twist, taking the body or the legs more over to the right side until the left foot touches the ground here, creating a bit of a twist. Right hand just pushing the right knee or left knee kind of forward, so the knee is kind of pointing straight up. And this is where I feel the sensation down through the left side of the body. If you want more sensation here, you can even extend this left arm away. All right, a couple more breaths. And return to neutral. Let's do that quick hamstring stretch by extending the left leg up, bend the knee, and set the foot onto the ground. Pausing for a moment. Let's go ahead and come up to seated. I'm just going to roll to the side and press up to seated. Let's take our soft flow boat pose. It's just a modified version where we stay seated with the heels on the floor, feet flexed, knees bent, holding on to the backs of the legs, and just lift yourself up with an inhale to fully extend the spine. Exhale through the mouth so you can feel the air leave the belly. Just start to lean back a little bit until you feel the tension in your abs here that you'd like. Now you can continue holding on, or you can free your hands if you'd like. Just a few more breaths just to activate your core system. We're going to be coming up to a standing posture, moving into a chair pose, but we're going to cross our leg. So that means we're going to be balancing on one foot. It'll be a similar sensation to our eye of the needle pose, except we'll be standing, balancing, but it'll engage and get into the hips. Okay, I'm going to rise back up and cross legs. If you can, either roll forward, get the hands in front or to the side so you can unfold the legs and just swing them behind you and come to plank pose. Holding here, nice strong straight line in the body, pushing firmly into the floor with your hands. Let's go to down dog. Bend your knees slightly, send your hips into the air, move slowly. Hips go up as your head dips down between the arms. Nice stretch for the arms, shoulders, chest, and back. Let's take a few steps forward until your feet are flat on the mat. And slide your fingers toward your toes for a forward fold. And we'll come to standing, shifting weight into the heels. Bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting into a low chair. Bring hands up to thighs. Press up to about 45 degrees and extend the spine like you were sitting in a chair. We will be coming back to a similar sensation in a moment. Continue straightening the legs and get very tall. With an inhale, extend both arms up, and exhale, arms down to your side. And if you'd like, a little circle of the shoulders, roll them back a few times and forward. Good. All right, let's get balanced here. We're going right into our cross-legged chair pose. First, just feel balanced on 2 feet. Soften the knees slightly so you're not locked in the knees. I'm going to shift my weight into left foot here, picking up the right foot, flexing the foot here, and then kick like you're kicking a soccer ball there, and cross this ankle over the thigh. Sit back, bending this left knee so we're sitting down. At first, you can just place the hands on the knee and ankle. You can stay up high for this pose. Again, you can kind of gauge how much sensation you want to create, but you can certainly sit back and down deeper. And the closer you bring your heart towards this crossed leg, the more sensation you're going to create in this right leg here in the hip area. Now you can keep the hands here. You can even check in with your hip alignment by placing hands on hips. You can even bring the arms in front here. Strong, engaged arms pressing back against the shins. And by doing that, you can help to extend the spine. This will kind of fire up the body. It might even help with the balance here. You can even go lower, but this is completely up to you. If you need something, you can even have a block or some kind of prop here to help with the balance. We're going to come back up. I'm just placing the hands on this crossed leg, helping to lift, then uncross. Plant that foot. Let's get tall again, reaching both arms up into the sky. And exhale, arms down to your side. Very good. All right, let's get set up for the other side. All right, standing tall, balanced on 2 feet. Soft knees. We're shifting weight into the right foot. Let's do a nice inhale just to ensure we're tall here. Exhale, draw belly button in, securing our center, ready for balance. Picking up left foot, flexing the foot. Let's kick the soccer ball. Cross ankle over thigh. Place hands on hips if you're able here, and start to sit back. If you keep the hips aligned, that will help with the balance of this pose. And my gaze is just kind of out on the floor in front of me here. I just fix my cross leg. And as you get lower and deeper to your desired space, maybe bringing hands to ankle and knee, I'm sending my hips back, sending crown forward so you maintain a lengthened spine. As I get deeper, I can feel the sensation. Now this side feels pretty good. I can brace my forearms against the shin, push back against the shin and extend the spine. And that again activates the body, helping me to hold the posture, even flexing this foot here. 2 more breaths. Very dynamic posture, challenging our balance. We'll start to rise back up, uncrossing the leg, plant the feet, rebalance, then inhale, both arms sweep into the air, and exhale, arms down to your side, finishing. Wonderful. Let's make our way back down to the earth. Together, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, spread your wings, sit back into your imaginary chair as you fold forward. Good bend of your knees, make your way down, and maybe touching your toes. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees, extend the spine. Exhale, fold all the way down, bend the knees more so you can reach the ground with your hands, and take several steps back with the feet to the back end of your mat, returning to plank pose for a moment. And we'll go ahead and bring the knees to the floor gently. Sit back briefly into hero. Even taking a breath here. And sit off to the side and swing the legs around to the front. And we'll return to our seat. Just find a nicely extended spine. Relax shoulders, arms, and hands. And return to the breath. And one last movement to complete our practice. We'll inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, bring palms together and down to your heart space. Take one more breath in and out. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this yoga practice. Be sure to subscribe and like if you want to see more content like this. And leave me a comment and let me know what kind of yoga class you would like to see next.